So today we're diving into a life-stealing build that's not using the usual suspect, the Hunger Blade. Although it might make an appearance for rounds, but instead we're rocking my two favourite life-stealing weapons, the Falcon Blade, as it attacks twice, and the Prismatic Sword, which gains absolute insane lifesteal when we stack a bunch of vampiric items around it. But hey, can this combo carry us to round 18? Let's find out. Okay, let's go into some ranked games with a random character and see who we're going to get today. So it looks like we're playing the big old Reaper. We do start off with a storage coffin and a big old banana with 2 red rubies. Now we grab ourselves a elite badge here, which I definitely want to go for. Crit chance is going to be really nice. Now it doesn't really work with the staff on healing, so we probably don't want to go for that. We've got a frying pan. I'm going to grab this whetstone and I'm going to roll here looking for a wooden sword, which we didn't get. We did get ourselves a little sharp bow and a broom as well. But you know what? I'm going to grab a broom and I'm going to craft up a shovel here. Doesn't mean you're going to take out a little starve courage, but this should be pretty good for round 1. We should have stamina, we should be able to inflict some poison, we should be able to stack up our accuracy, and potentially get some crits as well. Now it is only 2% crit chance per each look, so we do have to stack up quite a bit of crits to deal some damage. Now our opponent has dealt a big massive crit with that shovel, or that frying pan, but hey, not too bad. We got a shovel. I'm going to grab the wooden sword, and I'm contemplating grabbing this bit of storage as well. So yeah, I'm definitely going to grab the storage, and I'm going to grab the garlic as well. Because we can have a setup like this, we craft up a hero sword, have a crit chance in between, get that extra damage, and the garlic give us a little bit of block. We're also activating our storage coffin, all the chance to activate, stacking up that poison. And we are going to begin a hammer berserker, but can we beat him down here? Because they do get that lifesteal, and the hammer can give him a big heal buff. It didn't give it to him, so not too bad for us. Now, we could actually go for Falcon Blade since we got an early gloves here, which I'm really down for. But I'm going to use our gloves to target a hero sword along with our garlic for now. It does mean we're not going to be stacking up our storage coffin a little bit better with poison, but increasing the speed of our hero sword is going to be super valuable, especially since it is going to be a lower stamina cost than the shovel. We should be able to get away with it. We should be able to stack up our poison, we should be able to get some block, and it's definitely not looking too bad for us. Yeah, we've got 7 poison, we've got some accuracy, and amazing. Now we do have a choice to make. Pick a Pinata on sale is incredibly awesome, it gives us a ton of value, but I'm not going to be taking this today. What I'm going to be taking is Blood Manipulation. I'm thinking about going for a Falcon Blade type build with crits and some lifesteal, so I'm going to take it. And the question is, do we want to go for a Magic Torch with the Falcon Blade? I do, however, want to grab this Corrupted Crystal. I want to grab the Corrupted Crystal because then we can reduce your opponent's healing if you get a Heart in Darkness, cap discomforts, all these options. But I'm going to grab the wooden sword here and I'm going to roll again. Let's grab this bit of storage. I'm not going to craft this up just yet. I will, however, place it in our inventory. That way you get a bit of a buff. Now our opponent has 2 snowballs here, slowing us down, and 2 Arms to Darkness. Yeah, we could be in huge trouble here, because these are going to be dealing quite a bit of damage as well. But hey, can we actually beat him out? One more activation from the Arms to Darkness, we could be in huge trouble, but we got super lucky there. So awesome. Now, I kind of want to roll a Goobert here to try and find ourselves a pair of gloves. We did get some crit chance, which, yeah, I'm going to have to grab this. It's too important not to take her. Dagger on sell, should we grab the card? I'm going to grab the card as well. I'm going to sell a stone to roll again. And I'm going to place our setup to be more like this right now. Having a card inside our storage coffin is a great way to get a super fast trigger for a storage coffin to be inflicting that poison. A 25% chance on each item to inflict that poison. So we should be able to stack up quite a bit here, especially with a leaf badge, which is also traveling super fast. Now, our gloves is only going to be targeting hero sword rather than target our garlic as well, but I still think that's going to be pretty decent here. Even going to begin this opponent who has an absurd amount of healing, and they cleanse some of that poison. We have inflicted quite a few debuffs still, and awesome. Scaling up our crit chance with the leaf badge is crazy good. Now we got ourselves another pair of gloves, which we're going to craft up that Falcon Blade pretty much immediately. And we could try to go for a crit with staff with a Falcon Blade instead of a Magic Torch with some crit chance. Which, you know, I'm going to take that broom then. But yeah, I'm going to continue on for right now until we craft up our Falcon Blade. However, we are going to begin an investment opportunity, Torn Whip, Poison Gooberts with a Leaf Badge too. Now they're using their elite badge to inflict that poison with the poison Gooberts. But we'll see, can we keep up with them? And actually, it's definitely not looking too bad. Awesome even. Then we got our own freaking turn up, which we're not going to be taking. We did grab ourselves a bloody amulet though, which we're going to have to grab. Now fanfare on sale for 4. You know, I'm going to grab it for now. I'm going to roll again. And yeah, we could have had a magic torch. We really need a set of blueberries. I'm going to grab the stamina sack. Do we grab the health pot here? If we're going to go for cauldron type builds, we grab the mana pots. I'm not going to. I'm going to venture on with this. I did grab the fanfare as it is going to be removing opponent's buffs. It does give us some mana. And it also stacks up on power as well. We should be in a pretty good spot. Taking on this hammer, dagger type builds. We should be able to stack up our vampirism, and I should have moved our bloody amulet beside our bloody manipulation. It wouldn't be me if I wasn't moving too fast. But hey, actually, holy moly, was that way too close for comforts. But not too bad. Now we're thinking about going for Nocturnal Locklifter here. With crit chance, I think it's going to be really, really awesome. Versus Mr. Struggles versus Cursed Dagger, we could grab Cursed Dagger, but we're going to be stacking for crit chance. And yeah, we don't inflict a lot of debuffs, so it's probably a waste. Snake here, we've no pets. And Cauldron is pretty good. But Nocturnal Locklifter is going to help us win right now. Speaking of winning right now, we grab ourselves a Hunger Blade, which I'm thinking about doing here. We also got a Prismatic Orb. I'm going to grab the stamina sack. We're going to say goodbye to you. And we're going to grab you as well. We do need to sort our inventory out once again, so I'll be back in a second while I do that. But yeah, for now, I will be venturing on. Now, we could also grab the Holy Armor that we could stack up a little bits of regen for ourselves, because Hunger Blade is only going to be there to increase your healing efficiency and also help our blood manipulation stack up that vampirism. We've got no regen, so we don't have any ways to scale up with our Hunger Blade, but this should be pretty good. Falcon Blade being the descender here, giving speed to everything that we do have, and our opponent, it does have an absurd amount of max life, but we still managed to pull ahead, which is crazy, crazy good for this. And we could just go for Prismatic Sword with a Falcon Blade. Well, since it is here, I'm actually going to do it. And we do have a high chance to lose since I did switch out our Hunger Blade here, unfortunately. I'm still going to roll though. I definitely want to grab this bit of storage. And for now, yeah, I'm going to venture on. We do need to find a way to scale up our damage with a Falcon Blade, rather than just having super fast lifesteal. So something like an eye lamp is kind of nice. Magic Torch would have been pretty decent too. But we'll see, can we take on it is Stormbloom, who's going to be stacking up a lot of spikes. We are getting some power though with our fanfare, which is increasing our damage as well. So you know what? Definitely not looking too bad still. And we got our Prismatic Sword. Now we do have a choice to make. Time melting here is not going to be helpful whatsoever, unless we grab ourselves some Captain's Comforts. But I don't think we're going to need that. Shielded, honestly, I don't think we actually need here. We could grab ourselves vampiric armor, so that way we stack armor as well as healing. But I think we're just going to stick with Bagtacular. Look for some values on some little storage here. I think it's our best play. Now the thing is, I see another fanfare up here, which I'm kind of down for grabbing. We do have quite a bit of vampiric items for a Prismatic Sword. We have some scaling damage with this too. But I'm also thinking about taking a Glowing Crown here. So for this round, I'm going to take another fanfare. I'm going to sell our Hunger Blade here. I'm going to take this bit of storage. I'm going to take the Box of Riches, but it does mean we're going to have to take the Mana Orb as well. But our setup is going to be like this for right now. We could also stack our mana down below, but I think this should be pretty decent. We're going to have a lot of lifesteal with a Prismatic Sword. And I'm going to move on. We should be able to scale up a crit chance. And we should have a tiny bit of scaling damage. So we'll see. With our fanfares, we also stack up our power as well. We also remove our opponent's stamina. It does also stack up our mana too. So maybe we actually don't want the Mana Orb here. But hey, not too bad. So we actually end up with about a 40 DPS, which is not too bad. Prismatic Sword being the vast majority of it are on healing damage, thanks to our blood manipulation. And then our Falcon Blade as well. As for heals, we do end up with a 40 healing per second, which is not too bad for this point of the game. And as for block, yeah, we've 0 block. Well, 12 block, thanks regardless. But I should be continuing on trying to get 22, or do we take our 8 points here? We do have 8 rounds to go. Well, we got to keep going and trying to win out here. It does mean I'm not going to take this mana orb. I'm going to grab this bit of storage. And I did want to take the glowing crown for some invulnerability potentially. But do we just take ourselves this heart container? I'm actually going to sell the lump of coal and this, and I'm going to take this glowing crown. I'm not going to craft this up just yet. That we can find some gemstones. I will take the heart container since it is on sale. And yeah, I'm going to move on. So our Prismatic Sword is going to have a little bit more scaling damage. And it's also going to be attacking a little bit faster since it is going to be a mana item as well. We're going to get some vulnerability, allowing us to heal back up to full. Stopping our opponent from healing as well when we do have lifesteal. Our opponent does have 2 Prismatic Orbs. And that Bloodthorn is going to be traveling fast and it's going to be dealing some big damage, but we have a certain amount of healing and not too bad. Now the thing is, a second Acorn Collar is amazing. It means every bit of luck we're going to be scaling now gives 10% crit chance instead of 5%. I definitely think it's going to be worth it here. I'm going to grab the storage. And I do want to grab this heart container. I'm going to sell this little gemstone so I can grab it. And I still don't want to craft up a Heart of Darkness here. Because we are lacking on a lot of regen. But I did want this heart container so we can scale up our damage on a Prismatic Sword a little bit better. But yeah, this should be pretty decent here. Also, if you do have enough time to scale up that much luck, or that much regen, we're going to get a hell of a lot more healing efficiency, a lot more max life, but we'll see, because that has to be 21 seconds to get all that regen. But hey, still not looking too bad. Falcon Blade, Prismatic Sword, looking kind of awesome. The crit chance is definitely carrying us quite significantly. And we could also grab ourselves a Blood Goobert here. We could also just grab ourselves a King Goobert for even more thriability. I'm going to take the Gooberts. I'm going to roll. We could grab the bird for Prismatic Bird, but I don't think we actually want that. I'm going to take the Protect Little Purse. We're going to keep rolling. Another freaking Corrupted Crystal. I do want to grab this for even more healing reduction. I don't think I'm going to take this. The gloves now would also be pretty good too, but I'm going to ignore it. I do want to grab this and this bit of storage, but I'm going to be crafting up a King's Crown here to craft up a King Gooberts. I'm also going to grab you for a little bit of base stamina regen, and yeah, we're going to be rocking on once again. Now, holy moly, are we going to begin an opponent who is trying to craft up the freaking Rainbow Gooberts. And that's actually a pretty lucky opponent for us to smack into. Not going to complain, and that's kind of awesome. Not going to lie. And we grab ourselves another Glowing Crown, which I kind of actually do, to be honest. Let's grab this bit of storage. This Goobert is going to be sitting in here for now. Glowing Crown going to be down below. I'm going to sell this gemstone and this garlic. I'm going to grab another Glowing Crown. Now I actually want to grab this regular emeralds because that is going to be some regen stacked up for us. So I'm going to move on with this. Now we did actually lose some scaling damage on our Prismatic Sword by crafting up this Glowing Crown. So maybe I actually wanted to stack back down below. Wait, can we actually keep up? So far, our opponent does have a lot of empower. They do have quite a bit of spikes. They have a lot of max life. And we could actually be in trouble here. We're still stacking up a crate stone. We get our vulnerability. And it's just enough here to actually win out. So kind of awesome. Now let's grab you. Let's also grab this to see what's going to be. Something awesome. Amethyst Darkness. Actually not terribly bad. Let's keep rolling. Mana Orb, super cheap. Do we want that? I'll take it for now. Let's roll again. Although I want to keep looking for different items. So I'm going to sell it. Another Glowing Crown will be kind of awesome. Also, Eye Lamp here if we do want to scale up our damage on a Prismatic Sword or on our Falcon Blade a little bit better. But I will be back in a second while I sort our inventory once again. So I also want to grab this fanny pack. Do we want to grab our box of riches? I think it's all about 2 left for it. I think we're happy enough with our gems as best we can. Now we did place our King Goobert in this position. Going to have our Fanfare being a faster activator for our Prismatic Sword. And we're going to have our Amethyst Darkness in here. But a crit chance scaling up on our Falcon Blade is going to be a nice activator for King Gooberts. And I think this is probably going to be pretty good for us. Now actually, do we want the Eye Lamp here? For a bit more scaling damage on our Falcon Blade. You know what, I think I'm going to take it. It is 7 gold though, but I think it is still going to be worth it. Now our opponent does slow us down by quite a bit. Cold stacking builds is going to be pretty bad for us. but we'll see. Can we keep up? We do get our vulnerability with our King Goobert. We have so much survivability. It's kind of nuts. DPS though, our damage is going to be a little bit slower. But yeah, our opponent does have a lot of freaking spikes in power, but can we still win out? We got an incredible amount of life, we got crits, and awesome. Genuinely awesome. Let's grab our fanny pack. Let's grab our eye lamp. I'm gonna roll here. And we could literally grab ourselves more crits. Now place this fanny pack in here to target our fanfare along with our prismatic sword. I do kind of like it. I do have our eye lamp up here on our Falcon Blade. Just increase your DPS just a little bit. None of this stuff I'm going to be taking. I'm going to be rolling for now. I'm going to keep moving. And this is exactly what I'm looking for. We definitely need that. Now Divine Pot on still for 4. You know what? I'm still going to grab it actually. Since it is super cheap. And I'm going to move on once again. So I did increase the speed of our Prismatic Sword, except we are going to be getting a Moon Shield. So our stamina is going to be pretty rough here. And again, a cold stack build, if we did have the Divine Pot, maybe I should have prioritized a little bit. But we would have cleansed a lot of that cold on us. So one way we do lose is going super slow. We can't lifesteal. If you can't hit. And yeah, unfortunately, we do actually end up losing. Unfortunately. Cold stack builds, just kind of absurd. Now, do we still want a Divine Pot? I think we do, but I'm also eyeing up this Glowing Crown as well. But I'm not going to take it actually, I'm going to grab the stamina stack, I'm going to keep rolling, and I do want to find ourselves a Prismatic Orb here. None of this stuff, I'm going to keep moving. Could grab a Shiny Shell here for a bit more scaling damage, but we'd have to sacrifice our Fanfare's position, which might not be too bad here. I'm going to grab for now as we keep rolling. I'm going to Corrupt Crystal. I actually want to grab Protectable Purse for a little bit more block, or actually do we even want to? The Healing Herbs actually might be worth it more here. But yeah, I'm going to have more scaling damage on a Prismatic Sword here. And we could also be having a Prismatic Sword target a King Goobert's, and we get a magic and holy item as well. But I'm going to keep it this way for now. But yeah, I'm going to move on once again. Now, are we going to be able to still continue on? We did place our Amulet of Darkness up here. It's going to get crit chance from our Acorn Collar as well. And we'll see, because our opponent does have some invulnerability as well. They're going to be stacking up a certain amount of max life with the investment opportunity. But the good thing about our build is, if we have a vulnerability, they can't actually stack up poison because they have to deal that damage with the Serpent Staff. So we do counter them just a little bit here. We are still running out of stamina though. But can we still keep up? It's a lot of poison stacked up on us. We've got lots and lots of heals. We've got our Empower. But they're starting to deal some big damage, and they do have over 1000 max life. And you know what? It's not looking too great. Holy moly, a couple more seconds there, and we definitely would have lost. Now, let's grab our Healing Herbs. That way we can get to our High Container a little bit easier. We can grab ourselves a Jin's Lamp here if we want to try the lamp as well. But I don't think it's going to be worth it here. I will, however, grab ourselves another stamina stack. I'm going to keep moving. And I want to grab this pretty badly here. More lifesteal. Also, this banana I do also want to grab. Which, I'm going to sell this Corrupted Crystal. We didn't craft up the Heart of Darkness. Maybe we didn't craft it up, but yeah, unfortunately never really happened. Now I'm going to sell this little shiny shell as well, so we can grab this and have even more vampirism and a lot more healing efficiency. A lot more lifesteal, I mean. Another thing is, we never found ourselves another Prismatic Orb, and Prismatic Sword, you really need to find those Prismatic Orbs to make it even better. More Prismatic Orbs means you get one of every buff here, like your Mana, Vampirism, your Holy, and your Dark. Now basically, I'm using the Falcon Blade beside our Prismatic Sword here to get it at increased speed, and I'm sacrificing another one here for Acorn Collar. That way we can stack up our crit chance on our Prismatic Sword. Versus having a little bit more scaling damage or a little bit more lifesteal. But yeah, this is going to be our final builds. Prismatic Sword, Falcon Blade type setup with Nocturnal Locklifter. Actually turned out to be a lot of fun, and the fanfares also putting in some work for stacking up our power, which I don't typically use fanfares as often as I should. But anyways, let's go and see if it's going to be good enough. Can we win out? Or are we going to fall short? Now again, this opponent could be pretty rough for us. Shields, cold stacking, healing reduction. And they got an absurd amount of block, and they're going to be stacking up an absurd amount of block as well. With the Poison Spear, it's going to be a lot of poison on us. Even though we did have a Divine Pot, this Divine Pot is not going to do anything really. Because we're going to be stacking up so much debuffs. The other thing is we're going to have so much invulnerability that is going to be one of our saving graces here. But we do have a lot of armor to still get through. So this opponent could counter us quite significantly here. But hey, Are we still able to keep up? Unfortunately, that's a certain amount of poison on us. We do get our vulnerability again, healing us back to full, which is awesome, but this poison is really stacking up. And they're starting to deal some crits thanks to their cursed dagger as well, so this could be troublesome here. But hey, we're slowly getting through their life as well, but that's 145 poison. We do get another go of vulnerability. Healing us back up just a little bit. That Doom Cap is reducing our healing efficiency, but is it just enough time here? Holy moly, we're back at full HP actually. Kind of awesome. I was thinking this bond was going to counter us quite significantly here. But anyways, we did end up with 60 DPS. Prismatic Sword on healing, Falcon Blade, doing a lot of our work. Our opponent did have 51 DPS over 52. As for heals, we did have about 76 healing per second, but it definitely will be higher only for our opponent's healing reduction with that Doom Cap. But as for max life, we got 112 thanks to our heart container, along with our bloody omelets. Now the thing is, with snowballs, yeah, it actually reduced our max health gain quite a bit as well. Then as for block, yeah, again, not a whole lot of block. But anyways, Falcon Blade, Prismatic Sword, with Vampiress, just an overall fun build, to be honest. But hey, we did survive 4 lives left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we managed to get. Plus 18, ranking us up quite a bit actually. But anyways, I'm going to leave it here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep looking for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, can we deal with a double rainbow, burning blade, burning sword type builds with a sun armor and a phoenix as well? They also got no please, which means we're going to have a lot of time scaling up their weapons here. They're going to be turbo stacking out heats. They got some power. The shield is going to be eating up a lot of our stamina too. But again, that vulnerability keeping us super healthy here. And you know what? Actually, not looking too bad. Our opponent is going to resurrect with Phoenix though. But they do lose all their speed, all their heats. So we can potentially outpace them here. We do get another go from vulnerability just in time. And you know what? Not too bad. Genuinely awesome. Okay, we're going to begin a crazy Knife to Meet You double axe type builds with some elf runes, basically a hammer dagger type build. Except the hammer is a freaking double axe. Which, you know what, could actually be kind of crazy. With that Knife to Meet You, you're going to get a lot of damage, but they can't do damage to us if we have invulnerability, so not too bad for us. And finally, can we take on a freaking Rainbow Goobert here? Going to be inflicting a lot of debuffs on us. Going to be scaling up their damage and giving them a ton of buffs here. Now the thing is, if they inflict a crazy amount of blind on us, we're going to be in huge trouble, but it's not looking too bad for us. Actually, the vulnerability here definitely putting in a lot of work for us along with healing. And we actually managed to beat a freaking Rainbow Gooberts. Awesome.